Come on in.
Hello.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Andy?
Pretty good. Just as a heads up, Bones is probably gonna knock on the door and get his phone back from me. He threw it at the wall during a meeting
Oh,
because
shit.
it wouldn't stop ringing.
No worries.
I thought I had it.
Oh, yeah, we can't mute it anymore. I'm gonna fucking
No.
lose my mind.
Yeah, so am I. So
You
am I. I
might
feel like
want
a
to sit down
dick
for
hanging up on
this.
everyone. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna awkwardly be looking away from you, but I promise I'm listening. You should get a chair at the end of the table.
Yeah,
So people can like face you.
Yeah, there's yeah, I feel very uncomfortable being like the guy sitting. You know what I mean?
Right?
It feels I don't
know
know.
if I can fit in this chair.
Yeah, try sitting and then kind of think about canceling your thoughts, you know?
Listen, I got sturdy legs. I'll just hang out here.
All right. All right.
I'll prop myself up.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You 100% sure? You got to be really embraced for this.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Should I stretch?
Yeah, it's All right.
Okay. All right.
So
did it collapse already? Did we fail?
I mean, it's okay. So I want to stop by getting the elephant out of the room because I don't really put too much weight behind it, but you know, look, quite frankly, I want to reset where things left off. I think on Friday. I think
that's a good idea.
A lot of misunderstandings. I think you know, I take fault in that too. Quite frankly, and
same.
I want us to work together. I really do. I think the people need it. I think respective departments need it, and you know, I like
all future mayors need us to do a good job first time around. You know.
Absolutely. And I think the last thing I want to do is create an environment where we feel like we can't speak our mind. But you know, I am very animated. I'm sure you know.
As I can be too. I have a tendency to dig my heels in.
And I think that's a good thing. At the end of the day, we've got, you know, our counties to protect, and you know, that sometimes I can get spicy, which I don't mind, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta advocate for our people, right? It's inevitably going to get spicy at one point or another.
Yep.
So long as we're able to understand how both of us kind of work as far as our own separate things go. And I mean, we're going to operate very differently because we're different people, but also because our kind of counties need us to be different things, if that makes sense.
Very true. And our priorities are probably going to be different as well.
Oh yeah.
So I spoke with Barrick after he spoke with you, and I let him know that I was kind of disappointed. Not so much, primarily because of this. And I'm gonna keep my people in, you know, as you know, how you want to do things, you know, obviously. But for me, that was we had an issue. We kind of resolved it, and I felt like there was possibly more resolution that needed to happen. And any circumvention of that can muddy the waters, right?
You feel like he circumvented that?
Yeah, he had a bit of a conversation afterwards, and you know, I think you know, how do I put this? You know, kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say with this. I don't think it was the end of the world. I had a good conversation with him afterwards. But it was sort of like it felt like a small matter that got extended for 6 hours, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Which
I agree that it was more than it needed to be.
Yeah, and so
I felt like it was solved between like my conversation with you and my conversation with him.
That's exactly it.
We were all on the same page, and I was.
It was like it's kind of like, okay, we got the Band-Aid on, we're gonna keep working forward, and it's kind of like someone's playing with the Band-Aid, and it's like, bro, we got like we have $5 million in deficit. This is not the time.
Huh?
So,
wait, like now, or are you talking on Friday?
Well, that's where I open this up.
Oh, okay.
We have been losing $5 million a day. Yeah. Now, the way that I've described it is the previous regime, sort of took the abacus, shuck it around, put it on the ground, and said, "This is good enough." Now, I do believe some of that may have been politicking for the. I don't know what the reasons were. Obviously, some of these sliders are all at 100, but the way that it's explained to me is that a lot of that money was being drawn from an unlimited bank account. Now, I don't have the full details of what that means, but this was relayed to me by Angel and Soze. So the extent, I don't know, but it does make sense because even after we drove all those prices down, we're still losing money. Now, that's on top of something else. There was an issue where, actually, if you don't mind taking a look at that, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see.
So I spent about like 8 to 12 hours staring at this.
Oh, why is this red? What does that mean?
Well, I think that means because it's over 10%.
Like, this is the problem?
Well, kind of. Yes, it is actually. It was a source of it. So I went and calculated out all the revenue and all the expenditure, and I started watching. This is going to sound insane, but I began to watch the tick rate, right? Because this thing updates, I think, every 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's what led me to identify that these top 3 things actually have influence on the costs. We then...
Okay.
I'm not going to explain how I did the work because you're going to think I'm insane, but these are weed sales.
I'm going to give you some more.
The second is moonshine sales. And I came to the realization that this is this shouldn't leave
the number if it's directly tied to weed sales.
Yeah, this should not leave the room for reasons, but I think the feds were extremely good at knowing exactly how much is being sold on both fronts.
Holy moly.
Knock, knock.
Oh,
what?
He's here for his phone.
Yep.
Give me one sec.
Knock.
You're knocking. Just open.
Hi. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Goodbye.
Okay, so they were very good.
Yep.
At keeping track of all these illegal sales.
Exactly. And that third thing, I think you and I should probably not even mention that.
Right.
Because,
that'll encourage certain people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but anyways, this thing was drawing $4.8 million every 24 hours.
And now it's doing 5.4.
No. This is accumulated over 7 days. So I took all that and I sent a huge analysis thing to Bugstars and spoke with IT, and now, without going into the math because I don't know if I'm supposed to know it, it's resolved to a degree. I'm still providing some feedback to it because the federal financial experts are kind of figuring some things out, which I can email you about, but
Yeah. Pass me whatever you need to say there.
So now that it was resolved, right, and this was, I want to say, like Saturday night or Sunday, the days are kind of bleeding together, things started to look green, and then they didn't. So
spikes.
The spikes. Yep. Now,
probably during certain hours too. I don't know if you kept track of that. But.
That is true. It goes anywhere from $38,000 revenue to $42,000 revenue. Sometimes 43. Okay. But with that being said, let's pretend for a moment that we do not account for these 3 boxes. And let's say we're only doing about 180,000 in substance abuse. That is nowhere near the numbers that it's coming out to. Let's take that thought a step further. So let's discount those top 3 boxes for a moment. That should effectively be where the past administration was.
Right.
Then why are we in the red now? And the
Well,
only thing I can
'cause we
conclude
adjusted
to is back
things.
to what Angel said and what Soze said, which is some of these things were not drawing from this account previously. Now
Okay,
they
but now
are.
they are.
So,
Classic.
and
Okay.
we pulled the money out, right?
So this was like pretty much happening all along, but we're the only ones who are now seeing the repercussion of it
Yes.
because. Okay, yeah.
Now, bear in
Oh,
mind,
boy.
everything I'm saying right now is my best analysis of
Yeah.
looking through it. You know,
Now the other question is this going to be like pulled equally from county accounts, or are county accounts
mhm.
things that like higher ups will transfer certain amounts of money into from the larger account?
So the goal will be that you will have your set of finances. I will have mine, and we'll have our own accounts.
Yeah, and then like maybe if weed sellers are up north, that affects mine, but the ones down here affect yours.
Correct.
I don't know if it'll be that. I don't know if that technology will come in while you and I are still in office,
No,
but
it
hopefully
will.
that's the goal. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, we love that. Okay.
It's as for some of the other
That's great,
things,
actually.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, Andy.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
And
Gives a lot of sense of agency and like focus.
yes,
To tackle
absolutely.
problems. It's
But
really
it
good.
could come in 2 months, which is right now I'm looking at like this is the end of the world. Because right now we can't pull any money out to do anything.
Did you happen to get any ETA for when that's gonna be?
I think that's gonna come alongside some of possibly, I'm working. So the way I'm thinking about it mentally is we're probably gonna. Oh, we both have access to it. We just don't have access to it.
Yeah. We can see the repercussions, but there's not a lot we can. Well, I guess there's some we can do. But...
Yeah, and I think the account that we see at the bank right now is not the right account. I think that's the bad account because it's got 137 million in it.
Oh, can we see it now? I haven't checked the bank today.
Well, we can see the state account, but I think that's not the count. Like, how do I put it?
Personal county accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the unlimited one.
Just the large. Yeah.
So
probably the one where all the money goes from like cop processing, same one that's added to by like DOJ fines and stuff like that.
The thing I changed while you were gone is I lowered all the tow salary all the way to 0. My justification is if you look at the 7 days, it is exorbitant, and there isn't a lot of, I'm going to call it cultural value coming out of tow.
Hey, I mean, tow is your jurisdiction. On God, do whatever you feel you need to do for yours.
I appreciate that.
But thank you for keeping me in the loop.
100%. I mean, these sliders affect both of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they do come up north. But now I give you, I guess, more weight on the things that are mostly operated in the south, right?
Yep.
Even if they do come north to do part of the job.
Yep. And absolutely likewise, which is why I didn't touch the Angler one, which is going to be costing us about $5 to $6 million.
What? For what? Anglers have the same investment in supporting the fishing industry by adjusting market price.
This was at 1.8 in 7 days. Actually, I think it was 1.5. But something happened 2 days ago, and Eve can speak to this. She's got a bit more knowledge. Is I think the city came and dumped a bunch of fish inside and made the rods twice as good. As a side effect of this, and I was contemplating doing something, but I'm like, I'm gonna wait till you're here because, like, I'm not gonna make these decisions on your behalf. It's not the end of the world. It's like 2 million. We'll get some back. But my understanding is that people are able to fish effectively twice as fast, and they're making 20,000 an hour. Now, keep in mind,
20,000 an hour.
Yeah, and at least 12 to 15 if they know what they're doing, but up to 20. Now, I want to make it very, very, very clear that I don't trust that data.
Yeah, I might go do some fishing myself to see before I fuck with it, to be honest. And I would be like very low level just to see what the like baseline is.
Yeah,
and then can kind of talk to people who are a little bit more experienced and see what's going on.
Yeah, I did try to preemptively do some investigation into it so that when we met, I could give you some things to kind of work off of. But from what I saw, some people were saying like 2,000, but they had like shitty rods and they didn't
Yeah, if they're like just
know the
starting.
tricks.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or like
then
putting up those big catching nets and stuff too, I'm sure.
exactly. But from others, I was told 12 to 15, and it's been like that, quote unquote. And apparently it's because if you use like the hard rod, you do a good hook, you're not only catching a shitload of fish, but you're getting these boxes with like tons of money in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the end of the spectrum was someone like Zakid, who's a gangbanger, who probably robbed one of these guys and freaked out. Now,
True.
like I said, there's like, I don't really trust all of this info, but what I can say is that this number right here on the bottom right, let me give you the exact screenshot. 1 second. Wait, did I not screenshot it? Yeah. All right. I'm going to send you an email with the photo.
Okay.
B202 802. That screenshot is from 7:20 at 2 a.m. So if you sort of compare the numbers in 2 days, it's almost bumped $1 million. So that kind of gives you a general idea of the trajectory, which is where I'm getting the. This is going to end up 5-6.
The 7-day period after those two.
Oh, this this refreshes every 30 minutes or so, but I'm kind of doing like if the number did that jump in a 2-day window, what's the delta? It's I'm spitballing 5 to 6 million. So I don't think like the slider did anything. I think it's more of a side effect of the Federal Reserve going and dumping fish in. So
right. Also depends how much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how much people are doing those days, because I think it'll fluctuate.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yep. But don't feel like you gotta make any
60 days to 17. How much? That feels like low. Wait, in 90 days it's still 17. 60 and 90 are the exact same, but I feel like the data's probably not.
Oh yeah. So given that the feds are playing games, or not playing games, that's the wrong term. They're messing around with this stuff. I don't think any data beyond 7 days is even relevant.
Right.
As it's gonna not factor in the times it wasn't pulling money out, et cetera, et cetera. But all said and done, like whatever you want to do with this, keep it up. To me, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but not to I'm
gonna go down and talk to just any random fisherman I can find and see what the overall consensus is on it.
Yep. And also I got them to send the money back to us, so it's not there yet. But of the money that is in the account, we do not have access to. The $5 million will be returned. So,
okay.
Hopefully,
all right, I'll go talk to them and see what's going on.
All right, easy.
See where we're at. Make a decision based off that.
The last thing I wanted to mention is I'm intending to lower some of this other stuff from 100%. I'm just waiting for doing some goodwill legislative writing first before I tell everybody I'm going to be reducing their pay.
Okay. Which things, unless you want to keep that?
Probably everything.
Okay.
And my general justification is going to be, if we don't have any carrots for the jobs, then how do you give them a carrot? You know what I mean? I want to give them like people a wiggle room, be like, I don't know, like maybe, one weekend it's like, well, I'm going to give you an example. I'd like to do something joint with both counties. I spoke with the lumber union. Really good set of guys.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I was thinking the lumber games this Saturday.
That'd be pretty good.
So they Wyatt came down, had a chat with me, and he was he brought up his concerns. His biggest concern was that they're not able to get enough wood. And the second thing was he was like, well, there's like a wood scarcity. So they have it down to a T how to get wood. They take 6 people, they got some kind of system, they can get a decent amount. However, the singular people that are going and getting wood, they're not able to provide enough. And he was very concerned with raising his prices. I told him, listen, people are out there with millions of dollars in the bank account, and y'all should realize you're selling a product, and as inflation kicks, so should your product, right? Because
they build a service people need. Not a lot of people are doing the furniture game.
And he said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go do that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start selling you wood at $20 a piece. Like, you know what I mean? And see how the city reacts to it. Like pay for it and then bake it in your price. Because what are people gonna go do? Like go build their own chairs? And people aren't gonna do that. They're gonna pay out of pocket. But it doesn't resolve their supply issue. Now, my understanding is that slider right there is busted. In other words, it like breaks their equipment up north. Unfortunately,
that makes a lot of sense.
But
I've been a big lumber person for a while.
Oh yeah, apparently if you do like, I don't know the details. Eve mentioned something about like Max changing the sliders a couple months ago and it doing something.
I'll talk to her too.
But his biggest thing was like,
as well as Wyatt,
I can't get people to do lumber. Even if I do it at 20, people aren't going to go and do it. And I said, well, the problem is that the way, let's just say the money-centric folks in the city work is as soon as I lower toe, they like have like some kind of like group, like not group. They got like IRC or something, or like I don't know what the fuck they do, but like within 30 minutes they go to the next like money maker. And I was like,
they're gonna go wherever the money is. And
precisely.
Lumber doesn't make money is exactly what the problem is.
So hence the lumber games. I was thinking like $50,000, $100,000 prize, multiple teams. The team that collects the most amount of wood and brings it to the lumber union wins. And what that does, and on top of that, the lumber union's going to pay for the wood. So by driving all these people to the money, they're going to be like, oh shit, lumber. Oh my God, it's paying $20. This is pretty cool. And then while that's happening, the lumber union might find some people that might actually enjoy it. And boom, they got twice the employees. So
plus they'll be able to make more money that way by selling more furniture, and then it all just kind of is a cyclical good system to help themselves. So they could pay them even more.
Yep. And worst case scenario, it's $100,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they're good people. I fully support everything they're doing. I mean, they've helped me time and time again by just lending furniture straight up for events because they think it's good for the city. I am in full support of whatever helps them.
Yeah.
To be honest, they're good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll talk to them and Eve and see what else we can do. I don't know, because the slider just breaks it. I kind of want to understand a little bit more, especially if Eve has details on that.
Yeah, I would definitely
Just
chat
for
with it.
Information.
It may be something poking IT about too, because for all we know, this is working now, but you know, no one tried it. So
yeah, if I get a good assessment from her, I can run it up the ladder and see what's up.
Yeah,
because I know lumber's been kind of finicky for a long time. For the longest time, people couldn't pull cars out of the garage. Machines would break all the time. Sometimes it would eat half of your wood. Like it's been a very finicky system from the get-go.
Yep, very true.
So, constant feedback is good. I will talk to the fisherman. Anything else?
Abby, Tilly?
I've got nothing at this time really, but nice to see you, Mrs.
Hell yeah.
Nice to see you guys too.
All right, easy. Other than that, if anything comes to mind, I'll let you know. But yeah. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Same
cool.
as you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Andy.
Powering through stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have our first town hall tomorrow, which you guys are welcome to come to.
Oh shit! What time?
Very much north. I haven't decided yet, but I will say it announced when I decide. But I will announce it later.
Hell yeah, good shit.
But yeah, I want to take our legislation proposals and stuff and run it by my town before I even put them up on anything.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
you know, I'm all in favor of the all in favor say aye kind of situation. I want to build a little community around it. So
I
should be a good
like
time.
that. We were thinking about doing something very similar till the representatives show up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck though. That's my God, you have so many more people who will come to that than up north.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't
the small town charm thing.
I mean, yeah, you say that, but just be prepared for everyone to come down as soon as that state announcement happens.
Oh, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right.
Let me know if you guys need anything. Fair's on Friday if you guys are interested in going.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. All right.